पर फोकस रखने के लिए मैं खुद से बातें करती हूँ, जिसकी वजह से मैं प्रेजेंट में आ जाती हूँ और पास्ट और फ्यूचर के बारे में मैं नहीं सोचती हूँ। और जो भी मेरी टेक्निकल चीज़ें हैं उनमें मैं ज़्यादा अच्छे से फोकस कर पाती हूँ, और जितनी भी मेरे दिमाग में नेगेटिव चीज़ें चल रही होती हैं उनको मैं पॉजिटिव में कन्वर्ट कर पाती हूँ।
I think working hard really motivates me and मेरे को strong बनाता है. So whenever जब भी कोई failure होता है और मैं मैच खेल के आती हूँ तो मेरे को लगता है कि कुछ भी रिजल्ट हो, मुझे बस ट्रेनिंग करना है और अपना बेस्ट देते रहना है.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful. What? यहाँ लगा.
Dad.
अरे earrings. Good choice.
अपना चेहरा देखा?
इसका चेहरा देखा है?
तेरी जो है हंसी उसमें ही है खुशी.
अपनी जिंदगी को छोटे बड़े लम्हों से सजाए. लिटिल बिग मोमेंट्स बाय तनिष्क.
रिवाज को समझ के निभाएं तो रिवाज भी जरा और सज जाए. ये जड़नगम भी है एक रिवाज जिसमें सूरज और चांद बन जाए गहना. एक की शक्ति, एक की रोशनी. आज मैंने दोनों को है पहना.
आज मुझे
रिवाज सजाए,
रिवाज है ये नथ और चेहरे की शान भी। ये नजर चुराने में काम आए और नजर लगने से बचाने में भी।
रिवाज है ये कासूमाला, सिक्कों से बना ये गहना। समृद्धि कई रूप में आती है, आज मैंने वो रूप है पहना।
कहनी जो थी आज मुझे मेरे दिल की बात।
रिवाज है ये तोड़े जो मेरे कलाइयों की शोभा बढ़ाए। आज मेरा हाथ जुड़ गया तुमसे, ये बात दुनिया को बताए।
ये चूड़ियां भी है एक रिवाज जो माँ ने मुझे पहनाए। दुल्हन के रूप में मैं तो सज गई, रिवाजों के सुरों से रिश्तों को भी मैंने सजाया।
आज मुझे ये ऐसे रिझाए, गहने बनकर रिवाज सजाए।
एक रिवाज है ये टीका भी जो मेरी मांग को आज सजाए। चमकते हुए मेरे तेज की रोशनी दुनिया तक पहुंचाए।
हर रिवाज एक सुनहरा गहना, हर रिवाज है हमने पहना।
हर दुल्हन को सुनहरे रिवाजों से सजाए। विवाह बाय तनिष्क।
फ्रूट वाले अंकल, मास्क ऊपर करो। मोहन भैया, आपका मास्क कहाँ है? रुको। कैच। कैच। वॉचमैन अंकल, आपका एक मास्क निकल गया।
दिया, ये क्या है दिया?
मास्क पुलिस। आज मैंने 11 लोगों को मास्क ठीक से पहनने बोला है। अगर वो मास्क ठीक से पहनेंगे तो वो सेफ रहेगी। हॉस्पिटल में कम पेशेंट्स आएंगे ना, फिर आप रोज घर आ सकते हो।
इतनी अच्छी मास पुलिस को मेडल तो मिलना चाहिए।
माँ हमेशा आपके पास है।
Presenting the new Titan Connected X.
Great presentation, Prakash. Anu, good job.
थैंक यू सर।
एक साल के बाद फेस टू फेस प्रेजेंटेशन feels great. Let's celebrate.
Sure.
Anu, come on. It's only 8. You have to come.
Hope Anu is joining us.
There's our star.
Prakash, how about a breakfast meeting tomorrow at 8 a.m. instead of now?
Super. I know this great breakfast place.
Eating out after so long. Such fun. है ना पापा?
Always. Your bill, sir. What's my pin, yaar?
फिर से पिन भूल गई? Wait, I've got cash.
बैग है या ब्लैक होल? हाँ?
उफ, लगता है कैश घर पे भूल गई.
Relax, Mom. It's on me.
पर पे कैसे किया?
मेरे नए पेमेंट वॉच से.
Introducing Titan Pay, India's first payment-enabled watch in partnership with YONO SBI.
पर फोकस रखने के लिए मैं खुद से बातें करती हूँ, जिसकी वजह से मैं प्रेजेंट में आ जाती हूँ और पास्ट और फ्यूचर के बारे में मैं नहीं सोचती हूँ। और जो भी मेरी टेक्निकल चीज़ें हैं उनमें मैं ज़्यादा अच्छे से फोकस कर पाती हूँ, और जितनी भी मेरे दिमाग में नेगेटिव चीज़ें चल रही होती हैं उनको मैं पॉजिटिव में कन्वर्ट कर पाती हूँ।
really motivates me and मेरे को स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाता है। सो whenever जब भी कोई फेलियर होता है और मैं मैच खेल के आती हूँ तो मेरे को लगता है कि कुछ भी रिजल्ट हो, मुझे बस ट्रेनिंग करना है और अपना बेस्ट देते रहना है।
Beautiful.
Very beautiful. What? यहाँ लगा लो।
Dad.
अरे earrings? Good choice.
अपना चेहरा देखा?
इसका चेहरा देखा है?
तेरी जो है हंसी उसमें ही है खुशी।
अपनी जिंदगी को छोटे बड़े लम्हों से सजाएं। लिटिल बिग मोमेंट्स बाय तनिष्क।
रिवाज को समझ के निभाएं तो रिवाज भी जरा और सज जाए। ये जड़नगम भी है एक रिवाज जिसमें सूरज और चांद बन जाए गहना। एक की शक्ति, एक की रोशनी। आज मैंने दोनों को है पहना।
रिवाज सा
रिवाज है ये नथ और चेहरे की शान भी। ये नजर चुराने में काम आए और नजर लगने से बचाने में भी।
रिवाज है ये कासूमाला, सिक्कों से बना ये गहना। समृद्धि कई रूप में आती है, आज मैंने वो रूप है पहना।
कहनी जो थी आज मुझे मेरे दिल की बात।
रिवाज है ये तोड़े जो मेरी कलाइयों की शोभा बढ़ाए। आज मेरा हाथ जुड़ गया तुमसे, ये बात दुनिया को बताए।
ये चूड़ियां भी है एक रिवाज जो माँ ने मुझे पहनाया। दुल्हन के रूप में मैं तो सज गई, रिवाजों के सुरों से रिश्तों को भी मैंने सजाया।
रिवाज सजाए।
एक रिवाज है ये टीका भी जो मेरी मांग को आज सजाए। चमकते हुए मेरे तेज की रोशनी दुनिया तक पहुंचाए।
हर रिवाज एक सुनहरा गहना, हर रिवाज है हमने पहना।
हर दुल्हन को सुनहरे रिवाजों से सजाएं। विवाह बाय तनिष्क।
फ्रूट वाले अंकल, मास्क ऊपर करो। रोहन भैया, आपका मास्क है, रुको। कैच। वॉचमैन अंकल, आपका एक मास्क निकल गया।
दिया, ये क्या है दिया?
मास्क पुलिस। आज मैंने 11 लोगों को मास्क ठीक से पहनने बोला है। अगर वो मास्क ठीक से पहनेंगे तो वो सेफ रहेगी। हॉस्पिटल में कम पेशेंट्स आएंगे ना, फिर आप रोज घर आ सकते हो।
इतनी अच्छी मास पुलिस को मेडल तो मिलना चाहिए।
माँ हमेशा आपके पास है।
Presenting the new Titan Connected X.
Great presentation, Prakash. Anu, good job.
थैंक यू सर।
1 साल के बाद फेस टू फेस प्रेजेंटेशन feels great. Let's celebrate.
Sure.
Anu, come on. It's only 8. You have to come.
Hope Anu is joining us.
There's our star.
Prakash, how about a breakfast meeting tomorrow at 8 a.m. instead of now?
Super. I know this great breakfast place.
Eating out after so long. Such fun. है ना पापा?
Always. Your bill, sir. अरे, what's my pin, यार?
फिर से पिन भूल गई? Wait, I've got cash.
बैग है या ब्लैक होल? हाँ?
उफ, लगता है कैश घर पे भूल गई.
Relax, Mom. It's on me.
पर पे कैसे किया?
मेरे नए पेमेंट वॉच से.
Introducing Titan Pay, India's first payment-enabled watch in partnership with Yono SBI.
Dear shareholders, good afternoon and warm welcome to you all to the 37th Annual General Meeting of Titan Company Limited through video conferencing or other audiovisual facility. As a reminder, for the smooth conduct of the meeting, the members will be in mute mode and audio and video will be open when they are called to speak at the AGM as per the pre-registration. The facility of joining the AGM through video conference or other audiovisual mean is being made available for members on first come first served basis. All members who have joined this meeting are by default placed on mute mode by the host to avoid any disturbance arising from background noise and to ensure smooth and seamless conduct of the meeting. The speaker shareholders will be thereafter unmuted by the host. To start speaking, the shareholder is requested to click the video on button only once and wait till the video is on. If the shareholder is not able to join the video for any reason, the shareholder can speak through the audio mode. While speaking, we request the speakers to use their earphones so that the member's voice is clearly audible. Minimize any noise in the background. Ensure that Wi-Fi is not connected to any other devices. No other background applications are running, and there is proper lighting to have a good video experience. If there is a connectivity problem at the speaker shareholder's end, the chairman of the meeting would ask the next speaker to join. Once the connectivity improves, the speaker shareholder may be called again to speak. Once the other shareholders who have registered complete their turn. Please note that as per the requirements, the proceedings of the annual general meeting will be recorded and available on the website of the company. I would now hand over the proceedings to Mr. Dinesh Shetty, Company Secretary of Titan Company Limited. Over to you.
Thank you, Operator. Good afternoon, shareholders. This is Dinesh Shetty, General Counsel and Company Secretary of Titan Company Limited. I am very pleased to welcome you to the 37th Annual General Meeting of the company held through video conferencing in adherence to the Government of India directives and to maintain social distancing in these testing times. I would like to inform you that Mr. N. Muruganandanam, Chairman of the company, has conveyed his inability to attend this AGM, and hence the Board of Directors have elected Mr. Noel Tata as the Chairman to conduct the proceedings of the 37th Annual General Meeting. Now, I would like to take you through certain points regarding the participation at this Annual General Meeting. Once the question and answer session starts, the Chairman of the meeting will announce the name of the shareholders who have been listed as speaker shareholders from the list of members registered as speaker shareholder one by one. We would request the shareholders to be slow and loud while asking their questions so as to capture them correctly. We would like to request the shareholders to limit their speech to 3 minutes. During the AGM, if a member faces any technical issues, he may contact the helpline number mentioned in the notice of the AGM or the e-voting helpline tab appearing on the top of the screen. Thank you, and may I now request the Chairman of the meeting, Mr. Noel Tata, to take the proceedings forward.
Thank you, Dinesh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome all the shareholders to the 37th Annual General Meeting of the company. As the requisite quorum is present, I now call the meeting to order. Mr. Muruganandam, Chairman of the Board, Mr. Pankaj Kumar Bansal, and Mr. Arun Roy, directors of the company, could not attend the meeting due to a preoccupation with their official commitments. I would now like to call on the directors who are on video conference to introduce themselves. Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, Nominee Director of Tata Sons. Bhaskar.
Bhaskar Bhatt, Non-Independent, Non-Executive Director of Titan Company Limited, attending this Annual General Meeting of Titan Company Limited from Bangalore.
Thank you, Bhaskar. Ms. Sindhu Gangadharan, Independent Director.
Sure. Good afternoon, dear shareholders. This is Sindhu Gangadharan. I'm an Independent Director at Titan, and I'm joining the meeting from my residence here in Bangalore.
Thank you, Sindhu. Mr. Ashwani Puri, Independent Director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I am an independent director and I chair the audit committee in Titan. I am joining the meeting from my residence in New Delhi.
Thank you, Ashwani. Mr. B. Santanam, Independent Director.
Hey, this is Santanam, Independent Director, joining the AGM from my residence in Chennai. I chair the Nominations and Remuneration Committee as well as the Stakeholders Relationship Committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Santanam. Mr. Pradyumna Vyas.
Good
Independent
afternoon,
Director.
shareholders. Good afternoon, shareholders. This is Pradyumna Vyas. I am an independent director of the company and I chair the Corporate Social Responsibility and Ethics Committee in Titan. I am joining the meeting from my residence in Ahmedabad.
Thank you, Mr. Vyas. Mr. Mohan Sankar Sivaprakasam.
Good afternoon, dear shareholders. I'm an independent director of the company. I'm joining this meeting from my residence in Chennai.
Thank you. Mr. Sandeep Singhal, Independent Director.
Good afternoon, shareholders. This is Sandeep Singhal. I am an independent director and I chair the risk management committee in Titan. I'm joining the meeting from my residence in Mumbai.
Thank you. Mr. C. Venkatraman, Managing Director.
Dear shareholders, I'm C.K. Venkatraman, Managing Director of Titan Company, joining this AGM from Titan's corporate office in Bangalore.
Thank you, colleagues on the board, for your introduction. I now call upon Mr. Ashok Sonthalia, Chief Financial Officer, to introduce himself.
Good afternoon, shareholders. I'm Ashok Sonthalia. I'm the Chief Financial Officer of the company and I'm joining from the Titan corporate office from Bangalore. I now hand over proceeding back to the chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashok. We have also have the secretarial auditors and the statutory auditors attending the meeting. I thank all the members for joining the meeting. I hope the members are safe and in good health. Due to the current situation arising out of the COVID-19 pandemic and social distancing norms, like last year, we are holding this annual general meeting through video conference. This is in compliance with the directions of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Securities and Exchange Board of India. A live streaming of this meeting is also being webcast on NSDL's website. The company has taken the requisite steps to enable members to participate and vote on the items being considered at this AGM. The annual report for the last financial year was sent to all the shareholders through email in compliance with the directions of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. For your information, since there is no physical attendance of members, the requirement of appointing proxies is not applicable. The company has received 6 authorized representations from corporate shareholders appointing representatives under Section 113 of the Companies Act 2013 in respect of 47,10,07,920 ordinary shares representing 53.06% of the paid-up equity capital. The registrars, as required under the Companies Act 2013, are available for inspection. Notice of this meeting was sent to the members by electronic means to those who are entitled to receive the same. With your kind permission, ladies and gentlemen, I take the notice as read. Since there is no observation, qualification, or comment by the statutory auditors in their report on the financial transactions or matters which have any adverse effect on the functioning of the company pursuant to Section 145 of the Companies Act 2013, the auditor's report is not required to be read. I now take this opportunity to read out the chairman's statement. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure in welcoming you all to the 37th Annual General Meeting of your company, which is once again being conducted virtually, considering the safety of all stakeholders. The financial year 2021 has been nothing short of a roller coaster ride for the company. The start of the financial year saw the onset of COVID-19 pandemic. Business recovered by Q2. However, the second wave struck before we ended the year. The industry saw some respite in Q2 and Q3 with the gradual opening up of the economy. Your company cautiously opened its stores to the public, adopting a gold standard of safety across its retail stores. Even when the lockdowns were lifted, your company did not hesitate to take the tough decision to delay the reopening of stores wherever it felt the safety of people was at risk. The latter part of the financial year witnessed some positivity with the arrival of the vaccines, giving everybody a hope of returning to normalcy soon. Despite all our efforts, we have lost a few employees in our company due to the pandemic. We offer our sincere condolences to their families and stand by them in this difficult time. Even in these tough times, the entire ecosystem of your company, including franchisees, management agents, artisans, vendors, employees, and most importantly, the store staff, stepped up to set the pace for an extraordinary recovery. Therefore, it is befitting that this year's annual report is inspired by these individuals. Financial year 2021 was characterized by once-in-a-century disruption, and your company faced a formidable challenge given the fact that most of the products sold by us are discretionary in nature, as well as in the touch and feel category. Despite these obstacles, we have delivered a satisfactory financial performance, with revenue from operations growing by 3% to rupees 20,602 crores. Profit before tax for the year stood at rupees 1,233 crores compared to 2,105 crores in the previous year. The watches and wearables division of the company recorded revenue of rupees 1,580 crores, a decline of 40%, whilst the revenue from jewelry division grew by 3%, touching rupees 17,274 crores. The revenue from eyewear division declined by 31% to 375 crores. The Indian dresswear division, fragrances and accessories, recorded revenues of 98 crores, a decline of 43% over the previous year. Considering all the factors, despite a drop in profitability, your board has recommended to retain the dividend at rupees 4 per equity share, and the same is presented for your approval. Some key tailwinds which helped us deliver a better than expected financial performance this year included external factors like gold price increase and the increase in the share of wallet in wedding spends. Internal initiatives that contributed to our performance this year include product innovations across all categories, ramping up of the digital capability, which combines our deep understanding of customers' needs and preferences, leveraging the relationships which our sales staff have with customers and using it to connect one-on-one, and a slew of other digital initiatives like virtual try-on, try at home, live chat, shop by appointment, and video shopping. In addition to these, our obsessive focus on safety in stores helped us eliminate customer anxiety and provide a happy shopping experience. As a result, all our businesses did better than expected. Although the second wave of COVID-19 struck in April 2021 and has caused a setback, the management is confident that it is well equipped to handle any challenges that may come its way. I will now share a few business updates from each of our businesses. The jewelry division had a good festive season and gained wallet share in the wedding jewelry segment as customers had limited travel spends and decided to curtail on destination weddings. The jewelry business started recovering from June, and Tanishq stores were well positioned as the safest stores in town. Coupled with our digital reach and omni-channel play, we gained significant market share. Tanishq jewelry, admired for its endearing designs, saw some exceptionally crafted collections like Aram, Ekatvam, and Moods of the Earth. The year also saw the launch of the much-awaited Tanishq store in Dubai. The initial response we have received has been very positive, as customers loved our versatile product collections, the exquisite store design, and the superior customer experience. While the overall watches category declined during the year, it has been able to recover well. This can be largely attributed to increased focus on online marketplaces, where most of our brands continue to occupy top ranks, and omni-channel. We continued to focus on design differentiation across the portfolio. We also saw the launch of the limited edition Edge mechanical watch. This watch is powered by the Edge mechanical 903 caliber movement, which is the slimmest mechanical movement made by Titan and one of the slimmest in the world. The year also saw some powerful launches in the wearable segment, like the Titan Pay, powered by SBI YONO, which enables contactless payments. Track by Titan and Reflex were the other major product introductions. Like other businesses, the eyewear category was also impacted by the pandemic. However, the division used this disruption as an opportunity to reset the business and transform itself, launching several innovative products like Neo progressive lenses, which are an amalgamation of 9 of the latest technologies that combine to deliver a smooth vision at all distances. Clear sight lenses, which improve eye comfort significantly, and IndiFit frames, which are launched after an extensive study on Indian faces. This study was conducted across more than 1,000 different Indian faces and helped create an algorithm for crafting frame sizes for similar Indian faces. The IndiFit size logic now makes it possible for us to offer the best comfort quotient in the eyewear industry. The Indian dresswear business focused on various remote selling and go-to-customer initiatives. For example, digital trunks, video calling, and try at home. Addressing customer need for light occasional wear, the brand piloted Era by Tanera, a ready-to-wear range of stitched ethnic wear and kurta sets. The fine fragrances industry got adversely impacted due to the pandemic, as it is a highly discretionary category. Fast-track perfumes with 7 variants remain a strong proposition for the young customers seeking higher quality. These perfumes are crafted in France and specially designed for this audience. Your company's core value of unconditional positive regard for people came to the fore yet again, with a people over business approach that was adopted particularly in the pandemic. Work from home was strongly encouraged when prescribed to ensure safety of our colleagues. All social distancing norms were followed once the offices resumed and stores opened. Your company also provided proactive support to its partners in sales, distribution, and manufacturing through soft loans, grants, insurance, and transit homes. Growing responsibly and engaging with the community at large are values that are deeply enshrined in Titan's corporate heritage. True to this commitment, your company continued to support various programs focused on education of the underprivileged girl child skill development for the underprivileged, and support for Indian arts, crafts, and heritage. Despite COVID-19 threatening to derail many programs, especially in the education sector, with schools closed, your company and its NGO partners were able to bring it back on track through effective use of technology. In many cases, what started as a basic COVID-19 support grew into a full-fledged engagement throughout the year. Some of your company's contributions towards COVID-19 relief include support in setting up a 200-bed COVID care center in Bengaluru, a 48-bed isolation ward in a hospital, livelihood support for small traders, and Mission Gaurav, a Tata Trust's program addressing challenges of guest workers. In conclusion, I would like to thank all our esteemed shareholders, employees, store staff, customers, business associates, vendors, bankers, and the media for their continued support, trust, and cooperation. On behalf of the board, I would place on record our appreciation for their hard work, dedication, and tireless efforts through the year, and the management for their accomplishments in a tough year. Your company remains steadfast in creating a stronger business that is set for resurgence as the market conditions improve. Thank you. I'll now take questions.
No, Chairman, before that, I'll just read out the sequence of the meeting. The Companies Act 2013 and SEBI listing regulation provide for facilitating electronic voting on the resolutions as covered in the notice of the AGM. Accordingly, the company has provided its members the facility to cast their votes through the remote voting system administered by NSDL. Facility for voting at the meeting is also provided for members present here through video conference and who have not voted yet. Members may please go to the voting page of NSDL e-voting website and cast their vote while at the same time watch the proceedings of this meeting. Mr. Pradeep Kulkarni, practicing company secretary, has been appointed as scrutinizer to scrutinize the votes cast at the meeting and through remote e-voting. Since the AGM is being held through video conference and the resolutions mentioned in the notice convening this AGM have been already put to vote through remote voting, there will be no proposing and seconding of the resolutions. May I now request the chairman of the meeting to continue with the proceedings.
Thank you, Dinesh. I would now request those members who have registered to speak to ask their questions one by one.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question answer session. We take the first question from the line of Mr. Arun Bopana. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
You may please go ahead, sir. We can hear you.
Good afternoon to everybody. Thanks to Dinesh and Sariga for the seamless and efficient VC setup. First, let me salute and pay tribute to all Titan retail staff. They were real Corona warriors. The annual report acknowledged them, giving them due place under the sun. Compliments to the management for the right action. Good afternoon, Mr. Noel Tata. Your presence and smile make me happy endlessly. Look forward to seeing you. I love the way you wink and smile too. Sir, a company born in 1987 became a star, changing the narrative of the watch industry. Redefining success is no mean achievement. Yes, the company is rightly christened Titan. Titan being bold started Tanishq for gold, making waves in the jewelry market. 25 years on, still selling gold. Tanishq did suffer huge losses, but the leadership braced bad weather to make it profitable. Sir, the hour of The hour of GRD.
Oops. We have a
Operator,
technical problem.
can you connect?
So yes, in the meanwhile, we can just proceed to the next. So we have Ms. Arun Bopana back. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. So the hour of GRD Tata handpicking Jasis Desai and he in turn picking Bhaskar Bhatt was predestined, laying the foundation for a true success story. Their efforts turned out to be magical for Titan. They proved they can work with the government of Tamil Nadu and deliver too. A departure in thinking those days. JRD, Mr. Desai and Bhaskar Bhatt will be remembered honorably and will remain etched in the annals of Titan. Bhaskar Bhatt, my very respectable friend, a big namaskara to you, sir. Titan is always hungry for new products, achieved success by their amazing presentation and marketing skills, building loyalty with trust of customers, staff, and stakeholders. At 70, I don't want to go empty. I wish to connect Titan with an aromatic company in Bangalore who can offer ingredients for your flavors. Their motto is relevant. Smell is what they sell. I will be happy to introduce them to Mr. Manish Gupta and Mr. Kamalpreet Kaur for new scientific discoveries. In conclusion, sir, we have too many Venkats in our Tatas, but this C.K. Venkatraman, the Titan, is a Titan veteran Venkat, well groomed and nurtured to successfully carry forward the Titan legacy towards the goalpost. Venkat, you have a great smile, sure to go many a mile. I wish Titan and Titans all the best. Thank you very much. I love the way you smile, Mr. Tata. See you on the 27th again. Thank you.
See Venkat smile as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. We take the second question from the speaker shareholder, H.S. Patel. Please go ahead.
Hello. Hello.
You may please go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Respected sir, Mr. N. Tata, the chairman of the meeting, Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, the representative of Tata Group, the managing director, Mr. Venkatraman, the ladies on the board, and other directors, Mr. the new CFO, and Mr. Dinesh Shetty, our company secretary. I first thank the company secretary and the secretarial team for sending me the annual report in time, and special thanks to Swati and Sariga for solving all the financial problems. I also thank Mr. C. Ramachandran, the GM Financials, who has helped me in various financial questions, solving them. Thank you, sir. And I I welcome Mr. Ashok Santhalia on the group of Titan. And I wish Mr. Subramaniam, the ex-CFO, a very happy, good retired life. Here I would like to draw special attention to one Dr. Mohan Shankar Shiva Prakasham, one of the directors on the board, a very highly qualified person of IIT. Sir, I salute you. And I support the resolution, all the resolutions, especially resolution number 4, 5, 6, and 7. I congratulate the company for the various awards and accolades that the company has won. Even during the COVID time, the employees have put the mask and the shield for hours together and worked hard to give us results. Of course, because of the COVID pandemic time, the results are not that very good. We can also understand, but Titan is doing fairly well under the able guidance of various directors, and especially our Mr. Noel Tata. I also congratulate the group, the Titan, for the jewelry division of Tata's Titan, which is the largest division, and that has become carbon neutral. I congratulate for that. I thank also the chorus team, Jadis and Kajal. Okay. A joint venture between TITCO and Tata Group, Titan is the fifth largest integrated own brand manufacturer in the world, manufacturing and marketing its own branded products, lifestyles, and quality products. Diversity, equity, and inclusion being the cornerstone of Titan's strategy, continuous upgrading technologies, benchmark marketing practices, and agile supply chain had given various products and outcome is extraordinary. So the company's CSR activities has also been very good. The company has spent almost 37.55 more than the stipulated amount. The various projects in the CSR like Mindspark, Project Meadow, and Project Mission Gaurav are really appreciable. Though the results are not that very good, the finances, especially revenue and income, have improved from that of last year. However, profit, EBITDA, and ROE have been down. Our market cap has increased from 82 crores to 1,38 crores. However, the inventory level, the financial cost, and depreciation, it can still be improved on. Stock of finished goods and raw material have increased considerably. So, is it Titan policy to invest only in mutual funds and not in equity? So, the 21 crores being the empowerment in the value of investments made in IIFL and Divan. If the company can throw some light on it, 21 crores is being quite a big amount. 34 crores is receivable from a broker, which is yet to be recovered. 34 crores. 36 crores trade receivables and 99 crores contacts. Our total indebtedness is going to 4094.31 crores. So I'm sorry, but I'm facing quite a hard, tough time as our building is in a very, very poor, dilapidated condition. So I was not very good with the annual report. But all the people have helped and supported me in getting all the information. I had sent them few questions, and my questions were well answered. I only pray to all the employees, especially in this COVID time. I wish them good luck. Stay safe, stay healthy, and wish the company all the very best. Sir, I only wish that I can get your email address so that I can connect with you. I just humbly request you that, sir, your email address. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. All the best to the employees.
Thank you. We take the third question from a speaker shareholder, Hari Rao Ramachandra Chaturvedi. Please go ahead.
My name is Hari Rao and my register number is 300183127755985 from Bangalore. Let me congratulate Mr. Noel Tata, Mr. Venkatraman, Bhaskar and others for presenting an astonishing report of 2020-21. Considering the most terrifying first 2 quarters last year, when the whole country was reeling under the first COVID pandemic, coupled with his return attack during almost the beginning of March this year, which involved lockdown, curfews and closures of all outlets for considerable time, every one of us members were reconciled to a very low performance for the company last year. On the other hand, we are presented with an unbelievable result for the year, which shows a growth in turnover from rupees 20,156 crore last year to 20,783, a 3% increase during this year. This is really astonishing. On behalf of all the members and myself, I wish to congratulate the employees, management and the board led by Mr. Noel Tata for their stupendous efforts and ingenuity. You have even recommended maintaining the decent dividend, which is very praiseworthy. The company for once again presented a detailed, candid annual report with all disclosures, audit statement, governance, CSR initiatives, and all financial statements. This year report continues to be a benchmark annual report. My congratulations. Referring to board's report, page 73 onwards, jewelry has performed in extraordinary manner, bringing in a growth of 3% over the previous year, despite market closure of over 30%. I don't know how you, Venkat, how you people did this. This is really remarkable. Please keep it up for the current year as well. There is one small point which I would like to suggest. The billing delays in the counter in the shops are very frustrating. Many times the customer takes about 15 minutes to select the jewelry, and it takes 45 minutes to complete the billing procedure. So that needs a little bit of attention. In spite of all the adverse situations, watches and other segments have performed bravely. I feel that during the current year, despite COVID second wave, which is now getting lower, getting improved, they would improve and return back to a normal level. Referring to pages 77, 78 of the report, so the subsidiary Favor Luba continues to bring in a loss of 58 crore this year also. It's good that you are actually making a provision of 137 crores for this thing and want to reduce your dependence on this. The performance of TEAL was affected during 2021. However, we see that our government has set a number of indigenous high-level defense projects and pushed for domestic production of various aircraft and component-related industries. So in the private sector, this may provide an opportunity for TEAL to bring in a stimulated performance this year. Regarding page 86 R&D, this year too R&D expenditure is very low, very meager. Our own research product and developed product during the year 2000, the Edge watch is performing exceedingly well. Chairman just now mentioned that we even now have the other allotropic form, in mechanical form, and that's bringing considerable this thing. Our company, through its intellectual capital and benevolent CSR in pages 87, 94, has demonstrated silos of innovative excellence, but mostly internally oriented and towards cost reduction. This has a limitation. Now is the time to harness and integrate and challenge such innovations, integrate them with both vision and purpose to bend and address the entirely new consumer problem, because now its situation is changing very rapidly after the COVID. And because of that, you need to create you need to create growth opportunities and creating enhanced customer values. For Titan to remain world class, we should determine and create new core competencies. Look at Apple, how it is challenging the mighty Swiss in their watch industry itself. Our business and R&D must be renewed to determine and address new core needs and delivery system. It becomes necessary for shaping post-crisis reality by expecting rapid change, understand broad social shifts, scrutinize high-frequency data, identify our own weaknesses, study regions of future trends, scan maverick activities, new customer needs and behavior, and search for new products and even product lines and business lines. And we need to really create a vision of what we will be in 2026. I am sure with the leadership of Venkat and leadership of our board, we are going to really come out with a wonderful situation, wonderful this thing, and continue to make Titan the world class. I take this opportunity, sir, to the new directors and to thank the chair for giving an opportunity to speak. All the best to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We take the fourth audio question from Humayun B. Poruti. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we
Hello?
can. Please go ahead.
Can you? You can hear. Okay, I will start. Yes, Mr. Noel Tata, we are missing you, not meeting you personally as we used to do so in all our physical AGMs. We hope really miracle happens and next year there will be physical AGMs and we will be able to meet you. They used to always say, wherever Mr. Noel Tata is there is transparency. I still remember his words. So I just want to share a few things. I've heard your speech in detail. Very clearly I heard in audio. Now I want to know, sir, are our shops open all over India? What about the lockdown in other parts of India? I would just like to know. And I just want to draw your attention again. As I said, Saturdays, Sundays, our shops are closed in Bombay. Please prevail upon the government. Saturdays, Sundays are days when people are free and they go out to shop. And if that day only the shops are made to close down, how does one do business? I asked some businessman when I went to his shop on a Saturday. Of course, he said that because there is too much crowd on Saturday, Sunday, it is kept closed. That is not the right attitude. If there is too much crowd and business is there, we should maintain social distancing. We should wear masks and take precaution, not to stop people's business and our business. So that's all I have to say, because I've already heard your speech in detail. And so this is the pandemic period. What does we have to say to give you suggestions? You all know the best what to do, what is happening and how to take action to overcome the best possible way. So we are not there here to give advice. And we wish our company all the best, of course. Only last time we had said 75 employees had contacted COVID. We were so free and frank to say. We were the first person to say. Then all the companies kept on saying how many have been affected, their families have been affected. Well, we hope everybody is safe. And of course, the company takes care. That also we know that. We wish you and your entire board and everybody all the best, Mr. Noel Tata. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We proceed to the next question. Fifth question is from Basavraj. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to congratulate team for your effort as well as the leadership for taking a great initiative and great decisions in the year era of COVID and pandemic. And I would have a few questions on regard. What's the segment-wise revenue for year ended 31st March 2021? And also, I would like to understand what is the roadmap for eyewear business, and how was the response been for the Dubai stores, and you are planning for opening the more stores in Dubai and UAE. And also I have a very quick question because I come from the electronics and semiconductor background. I would like to understand how do you see the competition of smartwatch segment or EVO segment, and what is your roadmap, and how well you are going to see this competition in the coming years. Thank you.
Thank you. We take the next question from the sixth speaker shareholder, Manoj Kumar Gupta. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Respected Chairman, Board of Directors, fellow shareholders. Myself, Manoj Kumar Gupta, I am equity shareholder of Titan Limited. Sir, first of all, I am very happy to see that Mr. Tata is chairing this meeting. And I have asked several times to our group chairman to appoint Mr. Noel Tata as chairman of this company, Sir Titan. Because we know that Mr. Noel Tata has taken away the trend from bottom to top. So I am very happy to see that. I am very lucky that today I have joined this meeting and you are chairing this meeting in a smiling face. Because whenever we meet, you always meet in the smiling face, sir. And sir, we wish to God for your healthy and prosperous, safe, long life. And we peoples of this city of joy waiting for your visit to this city of joy. That when you will visit to this city. visit your West Side and Judio stores in this city, because you have given a lot of the stores to this city of joy. Now I thanks to your secretarial department, Sagika, and others who have inspired us to join this Titan meeting this year. And this young generation inspired the investors and this is the culture of Tata. If we have registered as a speaker, they keep in touch with the investor. Otherwise, other companies do not. They send only connecting mail, connecting link, and join the meeting. But thanks to Tata. And sir, we salute to all staffs, those who have worked hard during this epidemic COVID, of all Titan employees, because I am the shareholder from 1989 during the Mr. Mudalia time, and I have seen Mr. Ekjar Desai time, and I've seen the Titan Cup final in Mumbai when Mr. Desai was the managing director. So that time I have not forget, and I request you this time, those females have got the medals in the Olympic, do something for them. That country should they will remember you, that Titan has honored us. Either you give them your valuable watch or other thing in honor of to get the medal in the Olympic, Tokyo Olympic. Titan should honor them when they back to India after get the medals. You should organize one program to honor them, because बेटियों ने देश का मान बढ़ाया है, और our Prime Minister is always vision बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ और बेटी को आगे बढ़ाओ. So Tata should also come forward to बेटियों को आगे बढ़ाने में, sir. And sir, I always salute to Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt. During the Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, we a small shareholder has got a good bumper return on our investment, sir. I will not ask you about the COVID, CSR, unclaimed dividend, future plan. But how you will face a competition in the young generation watch from the Casio, Swatch, and others? How you will? Now the young generation want the G-Shock watch of Casio and the Swatch watch. So how you will face that competition from these two multinational companies? They have ramped their watches in the market to attract the young generation. And sir, how you will ramp your dresses in the stores throughout the country? There is not your dress store in this part of the country, sir. In Calcutta, we are not find a Titan dress in Calcutta. So when that such type of, but sir, any plan to divest by TIDC? And sir, increase the discount value for the investors. If I will go to the retail market, in the watch market in Radha Bazaar of Calcutta, I will get more discount than your discount coupon. So discount coupon rate should be increased of 20% instead of 12.5%. You should increase that 20 to 25% to increase your sale and to attract the investors to use their discount coupon like Bata and others. So sir, just see that, and sir, convey our best wishes to Ekjar Desai and Mr. Bhatt, and we always pray for their healthy and prosperous, safe, long life. And sir, last but least, we will wait for your visit to this city of joy, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. We take the 7th question from the speaker shareholder Kirti Shah. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Tata sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
चेयरमैन सर, आपने तो अभी ये लॉकडाउन में भी आपका जो वर्किंग है वो मार्च क्वार्टर का बहुत ही बढ़िया दिखाया है. फुल ईयर का जो आपका टर्नओवर, अपना नेट प्रॉफिट मार्जिन था ओनली 4%. दिसंबर क्वार्टर में 5.75 और मार्च क्वार्टर में आपका जो वर्किंग है नेट प्रॉफिट मार्जिन 7.41%. बहुत ही बढ़िया वर्क आपने नेट प्रॉफिट मार्जिन मेंटेन किया हुआ है, बहुत ही अच्छी बात है. चेयरमैन सर, दुख की बात यह है कि प्रमोटर होल्डिंग काफी लो है, 52.90% प्रमोटर होल्डिंग. इतना कम क्यों रखा है? अभी 2008 के बाद तो सेबी ने आपको स्पेशल पावर दिया है कि आप सेबी में 2008 तक आपको रिस्ट्रिक्शन था 55% का, अभी तो 75% तक आप जा सकते हो. ये क्यों नहीं बढ़ाना चाहते हो? शेयर की प्राइस तो काफी बढ़ा दी अभी, ये कैसे बढ़ा दिया आपने समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि 900 रुपए का सीधा अभी 1700-1800 रुपया हो गया, डबल प्राइस हो गया है 52 वीक में. और आपका प्रमोटर होल्डिंग नहीं बढ़ रहा है, एफआईआई होल्डिंग काफी ज्यादा है. वो कभी भी मार्केट वर्ल्ड में खराब होगी वो बेच के जाएगा, तो इसकी होल्डिंग कम होनी चाहिए. एफआईआई की लोकल डोमेस्टिक इंस्टीट्यूशन और एचएनआई की ज्यादा होनी चाहिए. चेयरमैन सर, शेयर होल्डर बेनिफिट के लिए आप क्या कर रहे हो? डिविडेंड यील्ड आपका जो बहुत ही कम है, शेयर बेचेगा तो प्रॉफिट आएगा, और रेगुलर इनकम तो होनी चाहिए ना सर, डिविडेंड की इनकम तो होनी चाहिए सर सही तरह से, तो डिविडेंड भी आप अच्छा देंगे तो ज्यादा अच्छा रहेगा सर। बाकी मैंने आपको ईमेल किया हुआ है। विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the speaker shareholder number 8. J. Abhishek, please go ahead.
Can you hear me, sir? Shall I start?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. My DPID IN 301637 and client ID is 49155. First of all, I congratulate the management on the eve of 30th general body meeting. So trust all is well with you and your family in this challenging situation. Deserves much more respect than the current market cap. Completing a decade of successful operations, profitability, dividend history, and becoming one of the strongest brand in our respective men. Sir, we would like to know what's the COVID-19 and how our chain has been affected, where the end of the tunnel, and what will be the growth triggers in the first half and the second half. The subsequent have left virtually no industry untouched after the COVID. We have sacked, hired, salary cut in percentage, if any. What are the cost initiatives done by the management? And the cut was being taken by the management, I would like to know from you, sir. And any new product launches have been done by our company after, and what is the response so far? What is the view of the management forward? Sustainability of the profit earning growth will remain challenging in this, and what are the management to have a town call and meetings, investors, and quarterly presentations? So I would request the management to kindly activities, sir, and whatever management efforts to reduce the other expenses, legal professional charges, and the audit fees. So myself and my team are running a legal trial of 7 Wells Associate in Chennai. So I would request your good selves to kindly enroll empanelment of the company, and we will be glad to extend our service. Sir, we would like to honor you with a shawl, sir. So kindly appointment when we just drop us Mumbai at your place. So kindly give us appointment when the pandemic. And I would also request you to then when the is in opening a franchisee of our Tanishq showroom, because compared as to Bangalore and Mumbai, Chennai has a lesser number of showrooms. So if shareholders interested, it was a better opportunity for the shareholder to have of Tanishq and Titan, sir. So please do the needful, sir. I request your good selves. The companies are doing a very good job by investor in claiming the shares from Investor Education Protection Fund. Request your good selves to ensure that the same services are being used to come to help the investor fraternity to get rid of their with Investor Education Protection Fund. Nothing much to us, sir. And the board of directors, a great success and coming future. Thank you for giving the opportunity, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We take the next question from the speaker shareholder number 9, A.R. Agarwal. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Chairman and the Board of the Director.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. And I extend my condolences to all those who lost their life due to this. Balance sheet, I have no issue because it's a Tata ultimately, and Tata is the best Indians. Reliable Indians, I presume, and I believe strongly. My since a gold price before gold prices. So whatever we have got, it should also make a difference. So what I want to know, if we revalue our assets, our stocks, it should make a difference in our book value. Point number 2, number of stores we are having and what are the plans for, are we going for any kind of franchising model? Or can any further expansion of the outlets, because there is a huge scope available compared to the different models available, different retailers available. There's a huge. 2, our segment, jewelry has got different, like a lower middle class also require gold jewelry for their daughter's marriage. Middle class, corporate segment, also they give gifts and watch, and higher middle class also. I suggest if they feel to add silver jewelry. Silver, we got huge market potential, and no brand is available in silver. Silver, we got huge potential. Kindly explore that possibility. And I request for an insurance for the any kind of contingent liability due to pandemic, such is happening, and kindly loss who are in or it should be benefited, at least their employee. And I thank Mr. Shetty, Ms. Sariga, and Mr. Mahesh helping me. Actually, my shares were kept pending for untransfer 20 years. Because of SEBI's new circular, I could get it transferred. Thank you very much. Please share me your email so I can give you some which board would like. And I congratulate you for accommodating 2 Agarwals in your board. That will make a big difference. I know what are the of Agarwals. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Agarwal.
Is that?
Thank you. We proceed to the next question from the speaker shareholder number 10, K. Sadananda Shastri. Please go ahead.
Am I seeing you, madam? Hello? Are you hearing me?
We are able to hear you. Yes, sir, we are able to hear you.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. I am Sadananda Shastri from Bangalore. My number is 117-02-201. This virtual meeting is utter waste. Neither we can approach you, nor you can reach us properly. Moreover, in the absence of your physical report, it is very difficult for us to study in our mobile. That is why I am minimizing my observations. Sir, the treatment to customers inside the hall of Tanishq outlet is somehow good, but outside securities is improper. That you have to control it. Customers are suffering. Then company should extend concessions for purchase of that is all categories, each and every one, and whatever may be the kind of purchases, whether cash or coin or jewels, let the party purchaser be benefited. Petty purchasers also be benefited. Sir, one more thing is, during this pandemic period, all the fields are affected, but not gold and the liquor. Coming to the report, page number 6, it is very much pitiable to note, to see the page number 6 of the report, where overall performance is given. There is negative growth, minus 42% after tax, tax only, and EBIDT is also minus 32%. It is no considering growth in the revenue. It is pitiable. Page number 27, recycling. It is said that 54% of the gold and 47% of the brass, which makes 101%, more than 100%. What is this? I do not know. It is said that is, we have heard the mixing of copper, but not this brass. What is that brass? I want to know. That is one more, responsible neighbor. You have undertaken the job of rejuvenation of lakes and tanks. Whether it is at the cost of to the debit of CSR funds or direct charges. Page number 42, business model. It is said that manufactured capital, that the gold processed 25 tons, brass processed 254 tons. What is this, sir? With this, how can public believe the purity of company gold? Your sixth product is fragrance, but your business input model is silent about it. Show the light on it. Page number 74, board's report. Exceptional item 137 crores appearing in the standalone is disappearing in consolidated. What is this matter? Page number 104. In segment-wise performance, except jewelry, all others revenue and profit drastically come down, with an exception to the eyewear business. What is this position? Page number 131, unclaimed dividend. It is bitter to note that the company has transferred 1.81 crores to IEPF. It is the shareholders' money. It should not have been done. However, company still so many years are left over that the company let take drastic action, speedy action to reach these unclaimed dividends to the proper owners. Page number 152, standalone balance sheet. Investment portfolio abnormally increased by 2,680 crores. Why it is so higher? Borrowings are shown nil, but gold on loan shoot up by 30,000 crores more. Company should have make use of the investments money to reduce the gold loan and save the cost of borrowing and loan funds and the interest thereon also. Page number 192, provision for bad debt, 32 crores more. Is it not a burden to the profit and purse of the shareholder? As far as the consolidated balance sheet, it is concerned, the most of the points are on in the standalone. So I will conclude my comments here itself. Thank you very much. See you next year, either in Hosur or in Bangalore. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. We take the next question from the speaker shareholder case from the speaker shareholder, Mr. and Mrs. Mascarenas. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me? I'm Mrs. Mascarenas. You can hear me? Okay, fine.
Yes.
Respected Chairman, Mr. Noel Tata, MD, Mr. Venkata Raman, and Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, other very, very honorable directors who are on this virtual meet, my fellow shareholders, my name has been called out, Mrs. Celestine Elizabeth Mascarenas. Greetings to one and all. First of all, I thank the company secretary and his team for sending me an e-annual report and also acceding to my request for speaking in the AGM. I also here thank Chorus team for giving me this platform where audio and video is good. Thank you once again, because sometimes I got problem in audio, sometimes I got in video. So this is very nice. Sir, Mr. Noel Tata, you are having a very nice laugh today. You know, that other meeting, I was showing my hand and everything, but I could not speak on and you could not hear me. You know? And with the result, everything went like that only. So thank you so much, sir. Now I come to the annual report. It is exhaustive, informative, he's smiling, and full of pictures of stores and also of our products. Also, it is quite self-explanatory document adhering to all the norms of corporate governance. Sir, I would be very happy if I would get physical copy, at least in future. If this virtual continues, I get a lot of problem reading online because my eyes start watering now due to age. I'm becoming old, sir. So I would, this is good because I don't have to step out of the house, but reading is becoming all the while online is becoming a little bit problem. Thank you so much. Now, I really appreciate our mission, vision, and values and standards, statement. As we are the largest watchmakers globally, 7,000 watch outlets, and also jewelry. So that's very good. So I want in other products we to be like that. So let us see all that, you know. Now I come to the awards. Page number 54 gives all the awards accolades. I congratulate for all those awards. I won't name it. Also, I appreciate the CSR work. There's no need. Tata is always known for it. So my now queries. So number one, we are in jewelry, watches, fragrances, eyewear, Indian dress, that is sari segment. How much online percentage sales? How much is online? Sir, what is the margin in each vertical? We enjoy in each vertical. What is the demand level for each vertical? Number two, we have stores 1909 as per the annual report, and our total employees 7,235. So I would like to know how many were affected by COVID 1 and 2, how many were cured, any fatalities, and what is the level of vaccination? Are you even planning for the third booster dose for vaccination? Number three, we have first international Tanishq store, Meena Bazaar, Dubai, opened in October 2020 in the midst of the pandemic. And we have done very well there. Sir, here we sell, I understand we sell only Tanishq Gold, or do we sell other products like saris? There, the Dubai people, they are very fond of our very high level saris with gold and silver and all. So, do you plan to sell other products like watches or any other products? So, please throw light. Number four, promoter holding in Tata Group, promoters holding, that is Tata Group, is holding only 25%. I feel such a gold company which is going to become diamond. So we Tata should hold more than 25. That's my feeling. Sir, what is the roadmap for the next 3 years? CapEx for the future growth. Any acquisitions are planned? Lastly, I support all the resolutions. I wish, sir, you good luck, good health and wealth and our Titan team. But to you, sir, Mr. Noel Tata, I want you to be in Tata Sons as a director at least, so that you will increase the stake in Titan from 25 to 30 at least. I want to see that, because this is gold becoming into diamond. More and more we are going international. My company is going international. So I want you to be on Tata Sons, so that I can, the holding here increases, because the directors then will say, no, we must go for Titan as we are in our TCS. So with this, I thank you very much. I give the floor to my husband, Mr. Aloysius Mascarenhas. Don't disconnect. Thank you.
Respected Chairman, sir, very distinguished members of the board, and my fellow shareholders. Good evening to you all. My name is Aloysius Mascarenhas. At the outset, I thank the management, our company secretary, the registrars for sending me the e-balance sheet, which I received on time. It is voluminous, informative, transparent, and adhering to all the parameters required for a good corporate governance. Our results are not so good compared to last year, but even then you managed to give us 4 rupees as dividend. Very good, sir, in the present situation. Many questions have been asked, so I'll be brief and ask very few questions. Who are our peers and competitors, and what is our market share? We have multi-products, watches and wallets and so on. Are we going to increase our product line? Sir, what is our strength internationally? Are we, apart from Dubai, are there any other place we are going to keep our stores? Now coming to stores, how many of our stores are owned by us, and how many are franchisees? Sir, we are doing very good in CSR activities. And last but not the least, whether all our staff are vaccinated. If not so, see that earlier the better we get all our staff vaccinated. With this, sir, I thank you very much for patient hearing. One question my wife wants to ask.
I just forgot, sir, one share. I have my shares in physical. Sir, please help me out to demat my shares. And I am having my Titan shares are returned 4 times, and I don't know what to do. And then pandemic has come. I cannot go to bring a stamp paper and all, because to do all that, I may land up in COVID. So please, sir, you all Tatas are always. So please help us out. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really salam you, na?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. We take the next question from the speaker shareholder Ashok Subramaniam. Please go ahead.
Is on.
We can
Am
hear
I
you.
visible? And
So we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good afternoon, all the board of directors, the chairman and Tata, Mr. Venkatraman and Mr. Bhaskar Bud, and least but not all independent directors, shareholders, employees, karyakartas, and all the customers of Titan. So I'm speaking to you in the capacity of shareholder of all my family. 5 members are your shareholders, and we all 5 of them are your customers for the last 15 years. Now, looking at my compliments to you for continuing the business in such a tough situation and delivering the most best possible results. And also the compliments to the entire team who has rolled out this annual report. It is a gem of a report in terms of presentation and in terms of many icons used in it. So I would like to know from where you pick up these icons, so that I can use in my day-to-day life. Now, looking at the page 8 gave me a little surprise, especially looking at the photo of Mr. Venkatraman. So I had a doubt whether I'm going through an AGM report or I'm going through an annual report. I'm reading some Vedic magazine. So it was a nice outfit. Congratulations. It's a rare thing to see an annual report, but still very nice. So now I have few points. It's nothing to talk great about it. So I have not only as a shareholder, I also promote your brand. So I have been successful in promoting 2 hardcore Kerala families into the Tanishq for their wedding requirements. So breaking their jewelry outfit into Tanishq, and their experience was fantastic. They all thought that outfit, they thought it will be very expensive and it will be brand value, will be added to it and all those things, and they were very happy. And in turn, I don't know how many others popped in from their friends and family circles. A couple of other points is that now I happen to purchase a wall clock of Titan through some of the websites, and for a while I had a doubt whether it is really a Titan product, because it was not available in any of your websites about it. But later on I could lay hand on it, and there is not much marketing for it because it is a very good value added item. So I think probably you should promote it also. One item which has been dropped was very well used is your bedside alarm clocks. That was white one which slides into it and all those things. And I had one which is not working now, but it was a very useful item. Probably you can, I don't know, maybe in these days people use the mobile and all those things. I know the business in which we are in, it is a very tough side. We have to balance between the analog and the digital and the smart watches and the traditional watches. So it is a big challenge. How do you balance? It's a challenge. Then recently I had a couple of suggestions is that I mostly do my shopping from Coimbatore, because I was in Coimbatore last 2 years. I'm in Mumbai. One small thing is that most of the people who visit the shops are elderly people, and most of your shops are in first floor. So there is a difficulty for people to access the shop. Especially I had a problem in 2 days back on this Sunday when I approached there. It was some kind of a makeshift stairs to go to the first floor, and right on the Diamond Garden with when I went there with my 90-year-old mother for changing her specs. So I think something we can look at it when we are doing a shop selection, or some other means can be thought about it, because this is one segment which we cannot order online and get it. We need to go there and choose the size and all that. And in that shopping, I also experienced that in this pandemic situation, every visitor, every probable buyer, or whoever comes was having a touch, wear and feel. So of each glasses and all roaming on. How far it is safe? How do we control this, and how do we stop this is a challenge for the shop team also. So probably we need to devise something. Then another small thing, and I want to know is that I was gifted a beautiful watch by my daughter in on my 50th of birthday. But this is one thing I would like to show, and I would like the company to do something on it. This is the watch I bought. I think it's clear even. Is it visible, sir? Is it
If you
visible?
can move it to your left, please. If you can move it to your left. No, the other side.
Yes, Venkatraman.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, this is a very lovely watch. Okay, now what happens is because of this design of this bend, I think I'm able to. Because of this bend, it always gets off. So at least around 100 times I would have fixed this strap. But still it is a problem. Now I have left with no option and changing such a beautiful watch into this shape. Okay, so I'm ashamed of wearing this as a Titan watch. So I think probably you're working on this because it has got a lot of sentiments. Also, I think probably one of your stores or somebody in Mumbai can help me out. My contact details are with you. Okay, so maybe at a price I don't have to bother about the price, but at least I'm not raising it as a complaint or anything, but as a shareholder and as a valuable customer, I feel if it had been somebody else, it would have dented our relationship. But I know once in a line, I think there is. I was told that there is a design failure on this aspect. Most of this particular brand watch model has got this. Okay, so that's all about it, sir. And with this. And your idea of sharing the discount coupons by email and giving a number is a beautiful idea so that we don't lose it. So you just communicate the number and it is honored. So with all things, I wish you all the best and be safe and hope we can meet somewhere and so that at least we can share more ideas and all those things. Thanks for your smile, sir. All the best. Thanks, Venkatraman, sir. Nice seeing you. Namaskaram.
Thank you. We take the next question from the speaker shareholder, Vinod Agarwal. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you. However, we can't see you clearly. So you may go ahead, sir.
Yeah, respected chairman, Mr. Noel Tata ji, our MD C.K. Venkatraman ji, our CS Dinesh Shetty ji, and our CFO Ashok Sonthalia ji. So I have gone through the annual report. The figures can't be compared to the previous year due to the COVID situation which has arisen in the last year. My one or two suggestions, sir. It is I can keep on reading from the annual report, lot of figures, this and the awards and all. I can keep on repeating. But my 2 or 3 suggestions for the company. The times of distress, and in distress times there is also an opportunity. Now with there would be a lot of other players who would have found their finances distressed. So now, are we looking at acquiring certain marquee brands to for acquisition of marquee brands to grow our portfolio of brands? This is my one suggestion. We should become an aspirational brand like a Louis Vuitton kind. Within a brand, we can have one of our brand which is more like an acquisition. Aspirational brand like a Louis Vuitton. And another thing, sir, now we've gone into gold, we've gone into eyewear, we've gone into watches, we've gone into everything. Another high margin business for our company could have been the statue making in small statue making in silver, which is a very big market in itself, sir. Silver statue making of God, goddess, or in other things, and even ceramic statues like what Labro makes. We can come into that particular range of that segment. There is no one in that segment within India giving that range. So I'm signing off. I've given you my suggestion. It is for you to implement, and it was. I don't want to repeat anything from the annual report which is there, and a lot of other people would have repeated. I don't want to repeat. I can if you want me to. I'll keep on reading those figures. You want me? You want me to read those figures? I will. I don't want you to. I don't want to waste time. I just wanted to Yeah. Thank you very much for giving me time to speak. Thank you.
Thank you. We take the next audio question from the line of Bimal Kumar Agarwal. Please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me? Good evening. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello? Good evening, first of all. And first of all, I thank the company secretary and his team and also Chorus Call for connecting me on audio. And all the speakers have spoken everything which I was supposed to ask. And I want to know this high design product is our product which are into leather. Good. I just want to know. Thank you very much. Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Does that answer your question?
We will respond.
Okay. Thank you. We take the next question from the speaker shareholder, Mr. Hari Ram Chaudhary. Over to you, sir.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Moderator, can you listen to my voice, please?
Yes, sir.
Moderator, can you listen to my voice? Oh, thank you,
Yes, sir,
thank
we
you.
can hear you clearly. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman Sri Naval Tataji. And I would like to have the attention of the CSR Committee Chairman, Mr. Vyas, and also the Company Secretary, Mr. Dinesh Shetty, Mr. Pradyumna Vyas, CSR, because I will be speaking on CSR. I am speaking from my home at Santa Cruz, Mumbai. Now, I would speak first for CSR. Tata is known for CSR activities. Kindly let us know what we have done for COVID affected people. We are curious to know about it. How many ambulances were donated? Whether any COVID center was made? Whether PPE kits were donated? Whether ICU beds were given? Whether ventilators were given? Whether oxygen concentrators were given? And whether food for migrant workers were given. So kindly let us know what we have done for COVID affected people and how much amount we have spent for COVID affected people. And kindly let us know how much total amount we have spent for CSR and whether this amount is more than 2% of the net profit. Now, Mr. Pradeep Vyas is the chairman of the CSR committee. Who are the other members of the CSR committee? Kindly let us know about that. Now, some suggestions are there. Suggestion is that those who are joining today, now whenever you are at camp in Mumbai for vaccination for your staff, kindly invite all the shareholders who are present today at today's meeting. So kindly consider about their suggestion and give the face mask to them. That is also my suggestion. Now, kindly let us know what steps we have taken to reduce the bed deaths, reduce and prevent the bed deaths. And now I support all the resolutions and kindly let us know what are the digital technologies we have adopted and which are the other programs of Prime Minister we have adopted like Digital India, the Swachh India and the skill development. So which we have done. Now ease of doing business, whether this has helped us, kindly let us know about that. And whether have we taken any steps to prevent that fraud also? Kindly let us know about that. And now, since I am a disciplined person, I will speak only for 3 minutes. And I conclude by conveying my best wishes for all round progress and prosperity of the company. My name is Hari Ram Chaudhary. Thank you, Sri Naval Tataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chaudhary.
Thank you. That was the last question. I would now like to hand the proceedings back to Chairman, sir. Over to you.
Thank you. I'll now request the Managing Director, Mr. C.K. Venkataraman, to answer your questions. Venkat?
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you very much, shareholders. It was wonderful to receive the appreciation from each one of you, the encouragement, and now I would go about answering specific questions, particularly the material ones that each one of you has raised, and leave some of the details to be answered to you offline. So, Mr. Bopanna, thank you very much for all your appreciation. And you said smell is what they sell, and you offered to connect our leadership to some of the people in the fragrances business, and I'm sure Manish will reach out to you. Ms. Patel, the one material point that question that you raised was the extent to which, sales actually grew, but the EBITDA margin actually fell in FY21. In FY21, our focus was substantially to grow sales, keep our market share, and keep our competitive position strong, so that after COVID, ended, we were in a much stronger position from a medium-term point of view. So the rising gold price of gold also had an impact on the margin of the gold jewelry category. Plus, the share of diamond jewelry category in FY21 fell compared to FY20. So as a result of both the product margin of the gold jewelry falling and the share of diamond jewelry falling, and to some extent the product margin of diamond jewelry falling, the overall gross margin of the jewelry business was lower. Plus, the share of the jewelry business in the total portfolio of the company was much higher in FY21 because it recovered the best. So as a result of all this, we had an overall gross margin impact, which finally showed up despite a substantial focus on costs, a lower EBITDA margin. But those were temporary situations. We are confident that we will pull back in FY22 on all these and correct going forward. Mr. Hari Rao, thank you very much for the appreciation, and the jewelry division is listening to your inputs on the billing delays, and I'm sure wherever those problems are, we will sort them out. The Favarluba matter is by and large behind us, and you will not see any repeat expenditure coming into the annual reports in the future. We take your point about the R&D emphasis very, very seriously. We have formed a central technology services group with a Titan veteran about 1.5 years back. We have identified 6 to 7 key product innovation projects across the 3 main businesses of the company, and we expect to lift the profile of these 3 programs substantially in FY22 and later. The Vision 2026 that you have suggested that we should focus on, certainly after the preoccupations of the last 18 months, particularly for some of us in the leadership team, now we are coming out of that. It is time for us now to focus on the future, and we will certainly do so. Ms. Humayun, thank you very much for your appreciation. Once again, you did make a point about the sort of intuitive contradiction in the shops being closed on Saturdays and Sundays when the people most want to shop. But, it is the government's responsibility to keep the risks low, and it is during those times when the crowds are likely to be high that the risk is also high, and therefore there is rationale in keeping, however much we may miss the business that doesn't come our way, that rationale of keeping shops closed on Saturdays and Sundays is irrefutable, and we will have to, stay with that. Mr. Basavaraj, thank you very much for, your questions. The future, and you asked 3 specific future-related questions, and I will answer them one after the other. Eye care, our market share in the eyewear business is, at best, mid, single digit, and the opportunity for Titan is very, very large. The last 18 months was spent substantially by the CEO of the division and his team to transform the operating model of the business, and that's why one of the other questions asked later about the transformation and the profitability of the eye care division, as we call it now, came about, and now we are pressing the buttons on growth now that the foundations of all the cost and the asset management are in place. We are now pushing the buttons on the growth, and you will see it in the next 2 years. The opportunity is very large. The market share is low. The customer value proposition of our Titan Eye Plus brand is very strong, and it is positioned exceedingly well in the segment, big segment in which it operates. And owing to substantial screen time that all of us are putting, the need for protection is also increasing. So you will see a lot of growth coming from this business. Smart watches is another exploding category. We acquired a company, a technology company called Hug Innovations, a startup based out of Hyderabad. It became part of Titan Company on 1st of January 2020. The Reflex 3 platform is our first own platform developed through the Hug Innovations, which is now part of the Watches and Wearables division. Again, in the next 18 to 24 months, you will see substantial action in this front. We have two brands which are very strong, Titan as well as Fast Track, and we're going to use both these brands to capitalize on this very large opportunity now with the greater capability that we have acquired. Our Dubai store hit the ground running and delivered in excess on every parameter KPI that we had, whether it was sales, diamond jewelry share, average bill value, customer satisfaction measures and all that. We have a very, very aggressive plan for the GCC countries and thereafter to other parts of PIO NRI concentrations. More about it slightly later. Mr. Gupta, Manoj Kumar Gupta, thank you very much. Lovely suggestion about celebrating, recognizing the Olympic winners. I'm sure we are taking that away. The young generation of which India is full of in hundreds of millions. The Fast Track brand is actually a very, very strong brand, perhaps the strongest brand for the youth, and everything that we are doing in the analog side of the business with Fast Track Fashion, as well as on the tech side of the business with the wearables, both bands and smartwatches, which I briefly described earlier, will take our play into the youth segment into a much higher level, and I'm sure we will garner a disproportionate share of the overall spend that this segment is going to make and give those competitors whose names you mentioned a run for their money. We will soon bring Taneira into Kolkata. Kolkata is India's largest sari market, and how can we not be there? How can we not be there in a big way? And I'm sure we will be there soon. We have taken the point about the shareholders discount coupon, the discount, and how in Radha Bazaar and all you get higher discounts from dealers. I'm sure we'll think about it for next year. Mr. Kirti Shah, thank you for the appreciation once again, as well as the inputs given on the dividend yield, as well as I think the promoter holding, both of which I'm sure the board of directors will think about it. Mr. Abhishek, a lot of points there. So let me just flip back. On the cost reduction front, war on waste, we did substantial work in FY21. On the employee cost, we really changed the trajectory of the employee cost curve to bring the overall CAGR of this down substantially. And you will see it year after year going forward by not replacing all those people who left us during FY21, by substantially rationalizing our sales force in all the department stores where we have shops in shop. We completely knocked out conferences, dramatically changed our travel approach. So through all this, a lot of sustainable savings were achieved. And of course, the marketing expenditure, because of increasing focus on digital marketing, direct marketing, performance marketing, we changed the share between brand building and digital marketing and brought the overall level of marketing expenditure down, some of which will be sustainable going forward. We also did a fair amount of one-time rent reduction, apart from, of course, getting rent reductions which were temporary on account of closures during the pandemic. There was also substantial focus in some of the divisions in eyewear as well as in jewelry on in-house manufacturing focus, through which we increased our gross margin and contributed to the bottom line. So some of these are going to be sustainable and will contribute to the growing profitability of the divisions and company. Coming to the future opportunities that you raised some questions on, we have a low market share in 3 of the businesses in which we operate. jewelry, eye care, and ethnic Indian wear. See, in all of these, the upside opportunities are very large. During the last 18 months, the competitive situation of all these three divisions has become much better because both of customers placing more trust in our brands as well as the supply side challenges that other competitors are facing in their own operations, because of which we certainly expect an acceleration in the market share gain. And as India vaccinates fully, and hopefully by end of calendar 21, we should be in a very good position, particularly with respect to the segments the Titan company serves, and therefore in the next 2 years we expect an acceleration in the market share gain. I spoke about the wearables opportunity. It's an exploding opportunity. The Titan company is placed very well in terms of brands, in terms of networks, to capitalize on this, and the recent acquisition of technology should help us to change our trajectory dramatically to get our due share in this exploding market. We note your point about a franchisee interest in Chennai, and I'm sure we can touch base offline on this. Coming to Mr. Agarwal, the gold price and its effect on inventory and profits. Sir, as a very responsible company, we hedge all our positions because this is the biggest risk, with respect to the jewelry business of Titan, and therefore no gold is left unhedged. Because of this, we don't make money on gold. It's a good thing because otherwise the shareholders' value is at tremendous risk. So the price of gold that rose substantially in FY21 had no impact on the profits of the company because we hedge our positions every day at the end of day, and eliminate the exposure, which is restricted to 1 day at best. The franchisee model for growth, or is it a company store model, was another question of yours. Very important question, sir. One of the fundamental, financial models, operating models of Titan company is an asset-light approach in all our businesses, and we have a well-considered, well-distributed share of business between company, management, agent, and franchisee in order to keep both the operating expenditure, which is the staff rent costs, as well as the risks associated with those fixed costs should, demand fall on account of whatever reason, as well as an asset turn objective to keep the overall asset levels light. So because of this, now the entire future growth in every division is going to be powered by franchisees rather than company because of the same principle of financial prudence, because we have reached very high levels of return on capital employed and pretty high levels on EBIT margin, and therefore we would like to keep this model in the same way. There was also a point about considering a silver jewelry opportunity. This has come our way in the past, and I would request the jewelry division to consider it once again in the current context and take the appropriate decision. Mr. Shastri, you had a considerable number of questions, and I would answer a few of them which I found critical enough for this meeting. Unfortunately, sir, there is no other way to do this but virtually because of the safety considerations, and I hope that in August of 2022, we will be in a better place. We will certainly advise the staff, security staff in our stores in Bangalore to be more customer friendly, and we'll find out which area you live in and accordingly advise them, because in general, the net promoter score, as we, the term we use, the metric we use to determine customer advocacy is among the highest in the world today. And therefore, if some security guards have made you feel a little uncomfortable, it would be in a very limited situation. We'll find that out and advise those people accordingly. You also mentioned about EBITDA being low. I answered about business mix and category margins of FY21 being constraints because of the situation, and we don't have to worry about it so much in FY22 and later. The share of recycled gold, you added the gold and brass. They belong to different business of Titan Company. The gold is in the jewelry business and the brass is in the watch business, and therefore these are not to be added. And the 100%, and the worry that you had about should customers be worrying about the purity of gold, there is nothing to worry at all. I mean, Titan Company is guaranteeing, the jewelry that it sells, the carat meter is there, the certificate is there. These figures are for two different divisions of Titan Company, including the tonnage figures that you read from elsewhere in the annual report. On flag, the difference comes about because one is in the standalone where that 137 crore is reported, and in the consolidation it sort of disappears. That's why that apparent inconsistency. It is not an inconsistency. All divisions are poor performance in terms of EBITDA because the sales in every other division except jewelry fell substantially, and therefore they were all affected because of the high gross margin and the negative leverage that consequently we suffer. Eyewear, had not done well in FY18. In fact, FY17, 18 and 19, we took it upon, and 20 as well, we took it upon ourselves to transform the operating model of the eyewear division, and the team went through every line item of cost and asset and transformed the profitability to an extent that at half the sale of FY20 level, we were making double the profits. That is where we have reached, and now the team is gunning for substantial growth. Some of the other figures that you referred to about investment, gold on lease and all that, we will answer offline. Mrs. and Mr. Mascarenas, thank you very much for all the enthusiastic appreciation, and we will send you a physical copy of the annual report for you to read it in comfort. We are still a substantially retail, brick and mortar retail company, but in the last 18 months, we have done substantial work on omni-channel, and we would be in the high single digit at the moment on share of omni, I would call it, including video shopping, try at home, deliver, book online, deliver home, appointment booking, and all kinds of things. The COVID fatalities, the chairman did speak of the fatalities. It would not be appropriate for me to mention the number of people we lost. We are still actually living in that tragedy. Suffice it to say that we lost some of our dear friends and colleagues in the company. May their souls rest in peace. We have, as we speak, in excess of 85% of the employees of Titan Company vaccinated, and today's rule is that nobody who is not vaccinated can come to work in a Titan store. So in those 1,900 stores, exclusive brand outlet stores that we have, everybody is either vaccinated or recovering from COVID, which means that there is no transmission risk, or the transmission risk is substantially low, so that customers coming into any of the Titan brand stores can come in peace. The balance between 100 and 85 is substantially those who have got COVID or they have some medical conditions which are preventing them from getting vaccinated at the moment. So it is our intent that soon 100% of Titan Company will be vaccinated. The future growth opportunities, I spoke of all the businesses, so I won't repeat it here. And the dematerialization of your shares, the secretarial department will reach out and help you. Our market share is low in jewelry, in eye care, in Indian ethnic wear, and in wearables. So in all these four, our market share is low. The jewelry industry is huge. The ethnic wear industry is huge. The eyewear industry is very large, and the wearables category is exploding. So 4 of the categories in which Titan Company's market share is low are prime categories for growth, and you will see a lot of actions coming from the company to capitalize on these opportunities. We are not looking at any other product line immediately. You would be aware that all the three new businesses of the last decade, eyewear, Indian ethnic wear, and perfumes and fragrances, are still small businesses, relatively speaking. And it is now their time to contribute more and more to the sales and profits and the asset turns of Titan Company. So it is going to be the focus of the Titan leadership, at least in the next 24 months, to make these three explode and start playing their rightful role in the portfolio of Titan Company. But perhaps a year from now, we will be ready to share what next. International is another large opportunity. The Dubai store is just the beachhead for our huge foray into GCC, that is Gulf Cooperation Council countries, and many other international concentrations of NRIs and PIOs with very high per capita GDP. And you will see a lot of action on that front as well. The market share of Tanishq in all those markets is very low, in fact, even lower than the market share of Tanishq in the Indian jewelry market. And I'm sure the growth trajectory there, as well as the prestige that Titan Company will get by us scorching our pace through those markets, will be immense. And how many company stores and how many franchisee management agent stores? Like I said earlier, we are a franchisee company. The number of company stores is certainly in the minority. The exact count, I will have it sent to you. But the total share of sale of the company store would be of the ballpark of between 25 and 30% for the company as a whole. And close to around 75% of the total sales of the company comes from franchisee stores on the EBO front. Mr. Ashok Subramaniam, thank you very much. I was really hoping that some shareholder will, mention that page 6 that you spoke of about the photograph, my photograph in the middle of the, saris, and it's certainly signaling the company's intent to make a big, move in that category. It's a huge category, intrinsically linked with the culture and the ethos of this country, and we aim to make Taneira as big a name in the sari market as we have made Tanishq in the jewelry market. We're very glad that you've been able to convince a lot of Malayalis about Tanishq, and I'm sure we will do better and better there. We will take your input about the promotion of clocks. Yes, our getting back into that category has given a lot of excitement, even though it's a niche category, and I'm sure we'll do well. I'm not very sure about the bedside alarm clock for the same reason that you cited. All of us have mobile phones to do that activity now. I am, disappointed about the first floor showrooms being uncomfortable, inconvenient for elderly people, and we will certainly look into this matter and see what best we can do, and certainly keep this in mind for future, opening of stores. And the point about people touching frames in these circumstances and the risk that presents, we will think about what we can do on that. We will certainly reach out to you on that watch that was gifted to you and how we can sort of give it back to you in the same form in which you got it. Mr. Vinod Agarwal, wonderful idea about the acquisition of marquee brands and the inspiration that you gave us with the Louis Vuitton as an example. Certainly, Titan Company is the best company in India, certainly, of that kind of company, which owns a bouquet of lifestyle brands in India and globally, and I'm sure that time is not far away. And inputs on silver statues, ceramic statues, most welcome. Mr. B.K. Agarwal, high design is not part of Titan Company. Mr. Hariram Chaudhary, thank you very much for that detailed reply that you did. And we did substantial COVID relief related work directly and through the Tata Trust. The Tata Trust support was through a program called Mission Gaurav, And we, of course, did a lot of, what we call responsible citizen work related to COVID in every community where we operate, from Hosur to Uttarakhand in Pantnagar, and then in Gangtok area in Sikkim, and in all our regional offices across the country, in Coimbatore, where we have a manufacturing plant and all that. Altogether, we spent close to 12 crores in direct COVID relief work, Titan Company and through Tata Trust. We note your point about the reduction of bad debts. Actually, the item that you see in the annual report is actually the write-off. The provisioning was done over the years. After much attempt at recovering, we recognized the current status of those bad debts and decided to write them off. We have undertaken, your company decided to invest substantially in digital initiatives around 2015. We created a new function called the Chief Digital Officer. Over the last 6 years, in fact, before the pandemic began, substantial investment in technologies and people were made, and it was very handy. It came in at the right time in April of 2020, and we really reaped the benefits of all those investments over these years. And the fact that we are high single-digit contribution of overall digital sales to our business is proof that all those investments came in, were made at the right time. The momentum on that happened over those 4 years, and we were just in time to capitalize on that and a growing consumer demand for shopping from home. And you can read more details about this in the MD&A section of the annual report. I think I have answered all the material questions that were raised. If there is any odd one which we have not answered, we will circle back to you, through the Secretarial Department. Thank you very much once again for your interest in the company, for your words of encouragement, and for your probing questions about our future. Now I hand over the proceedings to the Chairman.
Thank you, Venkat, for a very comprehensive response. I now authorize Mr. Dinesh Shetty, General Counsel and Company Secretary, to conduct the voting procedure and conclude the meeting. The e-voting facility will remain open for the next 15 minutes to enable members to cast their vote. The results would be announced within 48 hours of the conclusion of the meeting, and the same would be intimated to the stock exchanges and uploaded on the website of the company and NSDL. I would like to thank the shareholders for attending the meeting and for their continued support, for showing their keen interest in the company by seeking clarifications on various matters. I also thank the directors for joining the meeting remotely. With your consent, the board members and I would like to leave the meeting. I request all shareholders to stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.
The e-voting had been kept open for 15 minutes as mentioned by the chairman. We now close the e-voting. I would like to say that the requisite quorum was present throughout the meeting. Results of the annual general meeting will be announced by the company on or before 4th August 2021. With this, I declare the meeting concluded. Thank you.